Alright, so in this video I got a new file. This file is like a rocket launcher. It was originally in Cycles Render, and I turned it into a game file. There's a few advantages to doing this. Say with a game file, if you have a screen recorder, you can play your game animation faster if you give it game logic, and then just screen record what you're trying to put as an animation. I'm not sure how exactly materials are changed if you do this, but that might be an advantage than spending hours rendering an animation that might take you a long time. Whereas if you just put it in Blender Game and figure out the actual game features behind it, that might be an advantage. So let me show you what this does. Alright, I click P, and look at how it rotates. Now I'm gonna move it, and I'm gonna shoot. I'm gonna move and shoot. Let me try a better angle. Let me try to get some distance, because I want to show you something really neat about this. So it moves, and it shoots. Now there's a bit of a difference to what was used in shooting this. I used an X-ray feature. X-ray features are what you use with like biomechanics when you're making armatures and bone rigging. It's something that's used with biomechanics. But in the next part of this video, I'm going to show you the overall composition of this rocket launcher, and similarly how you can kind of like design it the same way. The rotation for this portion right here uses X and Y as the actuator. It doesn't solely use X, it doesn't solely use Y, it uses both X and Y. This tank here uses X direction, no Y direction. And we said that there's actually, if we take a look here, there's missiles inside. I just duplicated what was made in this file so that it would shoot. Let me show you one more time. Okay, it's literally X-rayed so that it can shoot that way. But this is just a simple application of, you know, game design and just sensors, actuators, all this type of stuff. Alright, so we have the base of the tank. Let me show you. When I press the up arrow, when I press the up arrow, it moves. Like tank motion, basically. But when I put the mouse over it, it rotates in the X direction. Now, we did two actuators and sensors for this. Up arrow as our sensor for the first set, and then it was in the Y direction of -0.0, I think it's -0.4 or -0.04, one or the other. I think it's -0.40. And then we did another set of sensor movement via mouse sensor and an actuator in the X direction. Remember, it has that visibility and look feature. We wanted look, which gives us the X or Y option. Now let me show you what happens if we do the Y option, just to show you. It moves it up like this. Alright, so that's what happens if we do the Y direction, but that's just going to screw with our rocket launcher. So the difference between using X and Y is just very clear, so it doesn't move it in the Y direction. The next portion that we're going to deal with is actually this portion right here. Sorry, let me get it real quick. So this portion right here is a sensor of a mouse and its movement, and the actuator is both X and Y, and we'll show you why. We'll show you why real quick. See, it syncs. It moves up. It moves up and down, and then left and right. Up and down, left and right. Whereas the base only moves in the X direction. The more higher part moves in the X and Y direction. And lastly, this portion right here, this is X-rayed. See how it says X-ray right here? Let me show you something. These missiles come out. These missiles come out. They come out, and they can go back in. That's the term X-raying. What I did was, this portion right here, I just copied it as it was in the file, and then just copied it, Shift D to duplicate, and put it in here. So let me show you what happens when I press K. It shoots. So it's literally X-rayed to make this rocket launcher move. So for just simple aesthetics to end this video, let me just, hold on, let me give some distance. Let me move it, rotate it, and shoot. So that is the rocket launcher video. All credit goes to the creator of this. I didn't make this file, but it wasn't programmed, and I wanted to show what it would look like programmed. So all credits go to the creator of this file, but this is just simple Blender game application. It was in, I think, either Cycles Render or Blender Render. I put it into Blender Game, and I turned it into a really awesome programmed rocket launcher.